This is episode 184 of Zen and the Art of Real Estate Investing with my guest, Ginger Faith. Ginger has been a successful real estate investor for 30 years. I love the old school. This is going to be great. She's a real estate broker, builder, CEO of Golden Canyon Properties, has flipped over 50 homes. She also is the founder of Your Wealth Network meetup group and the Women's Wealth Network in the San Francisco Bay Area. Ginger, welcome to the show.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, as I was saying, and we were talking in the pre-call, I love when I can talk to someone who knows about real estate before the internet. Going back on your journey, when was the first time that you remember being interested in real estate?
Reading books on real estate by Robert Allen kind of piqued my interest.
Yeah.
And I had started off as an entrepreneur. I think I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid, just serial entrepreneur. I started off with a window cleaning business.
Oh, okay.
When I was like 15. On weekends and nights, and then which was really cold. I was in New England at the time. It was cold during the winter time. And so I tried various businesses. And then once money started rolling in, I decided to figure out what to do with it. And so I started into learning about real estate. And then Robert Allen, back in the day, No Money Down, how to do it.
Yeah. What was your first experience like as a landlord? Because it was different back then. We all collected rent, usually hand to hand, no apps, no transfers. So your relationships were actually a little bit better with tenants. I collected rents for my dad. I knew all the tenants, and it was kind of a much, I think, a more seamless relationship process then.
Yeah. It depended on the location, the area. I ended up getting the tenant from hell eventually, rolling the dice. I have to buy a certain number is like, okay. But yeah, I just, come by, they would come by, drop it off in the mailbox. That was usually, I was kind of lazy. I didn't want to go out and hunt them. I wanted them to come to me. I don't have any mailbox money today. You guys got to come over and take care of business. So normally that would be it. They would put it in an envelope and make a check. And that's normally how it happened. Sometimes I would go out and collect the rents, but yeah, it was all checks. I took a break and I became a mortgage broker. I moved I sold that property and I went to California and became a mortgage broker. And then when I got to California, being, of course, cheap like I was looking around and saying, these are not affordable. I'm not buying this crap.
Yeah.
Right? So then I didn't start buying until 2009.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I've gone through some breaks in my career as well, where once 2008 happened, I took a long break and then I came back probably too late. I should have made a lot more purchases. Yeah. But I got a little bit freaked out. What made you come back though to investing in 2009?
Prices. So basically I'm an opportunist, right? So when there were deals in the 90s, I was grabbing the deals, and then mortgage brokering made sense because there's a hungry crowd. People needed refinancing, right? Yeah. I mean, my first investment was like 15.5% with 2 points. And I thought that was a fabulous deal. Yeah.
See, this is what the new people need to know who are complaining that rates are up from 3, which we're never going to see again. Like a lot of us were paying, 10, 15%, and it was pretty solid.
Yeah. So then, of course, 2009, 2007, 8, 9 happened, the crash happened. And now is the time again to pivot. And that's the way it is in capitalistic societies. We always need to pivot because things change. We go from boom to bust. We go from greed to fear. That's just part of the rhythm. Yeah. I think one of the secrets is to make yourself have a stable base. Don't go out on the edge. There are people who sailed right past 07, 08.
Oh yeah.
They have stabilized bulletproof basis, and they didn't go out on the edge. And so in that time, of course, the opportunity came with foreclosures and short sales. It came in spades, but nobody could see that in 06, 07 as it was happening. We only found that out by paying attention to what was going on. And so that's when I started back in investing. And that's where the 50 flips came in, and that's during that time. It started in my first flip was actually in 96, but then I took a cooling down to focus on mortgages, and then went back in 09. So
with all your experience and also as an agent, what direction would you point them to get started, in terms of an asset class? We know they should read books, podcasts, go to meetups, but what asset class right now do you think is really the most accessible and safe for a new investor?
That's a good question. I guess it depends on how much money they have. Actually, interestingly, I'm helping this couple, very successful couple, and they wanted to start an Airbnb. We just went live yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Because it was like, county license, this license, that
Yeah,
license.
of course.
We've been with them for several months. And so we went live yesterday on their Airbnb, and they came to me yesterday with the same question.
Yeah.
They have some stash, and they're willing to take out X amount, blah blah blah. And as an agent, I say, you know what, in Silicon Valley, properties generally double in value every 10 years, generally speaking.
Yeah.
What I did was, so with you guys, what they want to do is Airbnb it. So number one, the answer to the question is in the question. Okay. Because I couldn't give one person the same answer as another person.
Yeah. Good point.
With this particular couple, they like the Airbnb model. They feel like they can make more money to help pay down everything and then get cash flow.
Yeah.
Right? Which Airbnb is a nice model if you can do it in your area.
Yeah.
Right. Because you'll make more because you've got a business dovetailed with real estate.
Of course.
But you don't necessarily need school system unless you want resale value.
Right.
So with them, I'm like, okay, do you want the resale value? Because then you have to deal with the school system. Now the price would be higher.
Yeah, higher buy-in.
Right. Or do you want like water views? Do you want views? Do you want easy access to the freeways? So because they wanted to invest locally, I found a pocket of areas around here in their buy box. And the intention is the Airbnb model and then equity down the road because they're young, right? And they just wanted to continue this model. So I would say look around your area. Real estate is hyper local.